to show that I love you. 'Cause I'm your woman. Oh, baby, don't you know it? So if you don't, just let me show you I love you. Ooh, I love you, love you. Oh, hey, you guys. I am crashing Wonder Troy's live today.
That's how we do it. You know, I don't go live often, so without further ado, let me introduce the caramel goddess.
Woo!
Another Karyn White. How did that relate? Because it just
Man, I love me some Karyn White, man. I love me some Karyn White. Let me tell you something, man. I remember I saw Karyn White when I was, I want to say 14 or 15. She was on the Budweiser Superfest.
Budweiser Superfest. Al Heyman.
Yeah, Al Heyman used to do this big concert in stadiums. He would take R&B music, black music, and put it in stadiums in the summertime.
Is he a black guy or white guy? Because I always hear his name.
Al Heyman was a brother.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Al Heyman's a brother. Yeah, he was behind like so many tours. Like he actually got to start with the Jacksons, man. Like again, like a lot of people say what they want to say about Joe Jackson, but Joe Jackson made sure that black people in this industry got a shot. They say what they want to say about Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson made sure that his family stayed working, had endorsements, tours. He did it. They say what they want. He said, I know how they vilify black fathers.
Yeah.
William's sister's father. I get it. Everybody want to trash a black father and act like we don't do anything or we ain't nothing. But Al Heyman got to start with the Jacksons. And like I said, he is a magnate when it comes to that, behind all this the boxing and stuff like that. And I remember going to the Budweiser Superfest. My friend Fred King and his father got us tickets. And listen, Tony was 702 that night. It was me and my friend sitting up in the joint in a stadium. There was like 20 people in the front, 30 people way up, like nobody got there yet, and they was out there doing their set.
Wow.
I joke with Timmy and Dwayne about that, But because look what they was able to do and become. But yeah, it was hilarious.
But Karyn White.
I saw Karyn White. Listen, I saw Karyn White because Surface was on that show, and it's Bobby Brown headlined it. Patti LaBelle was on that show, and it was funny because I always look at that show too and be like, David Pitt Conley from Surface's mother actually lived in my town in Jersey. When I met Pick had already worked with Jermaine Jackson. They done wrote and produced all the stuff with Surface. They did produce New Edition, wrote and produced New Edition, and I'm at his studio, and this time Pick is supposed to be blind, and he heard me say something, and he ran to me and said, "Yo, you live in Willowboro?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "My mother lives in the such and such part." I'm like, "Wow," and me and Pick still cool to this day, man. And I look at everybody from that show like we still have a relationship. But I was just a little kid in the audience.
Okay.
Just a little, I actually, man, after the show, Mike Tyson had just showed up, right? Crowd went crazy. After the show, Mike Tyson's trying to drive this Jeep. And if anybody know Mike Tyson, knows story, him and stick shifts, he never mastered them. And he's trying to drive this Jeep. He's got a leather jumper on, leather jumper shorts, shoes, no socks, no shirt. And everybody, I hear this commotion like that, and my friend's cousin stuttered really bad. So he's like, I said, what are you talking about? And I turn around, and Mike is driving his Jeep and almost ran me over. and I fell on the ground. The Jeep stops, and I'm looking up, and Mike just stared at me. I crawled out the way, and I'm maintaining eye contact. And I said, I'm okay. And then he just tried to drive off, but it was the most uncoolest scene you could ever imagine. He's trying to put it in gear and he ain't going nowhere. And I was just like, damn. And you know what everybody told me? You should have got hit. You would have been paid. I'm like, but I might not have lived.
You might
I might be in a wheelchair,
But how did you manage to meet Karyn to form the friendship that you guys seem to have?
Are you ready for this? So I'm just a guy and a fan or whatever. So I remember when she dropped her album Carpe Diem, I would follow the different wherever she would be on this station, doing interviews. I call in and talk to her.
Wow.
And I would do stuff like that, or any Wistic interview. I'd be like, I find it, and call in and talk to her.
So that was your big obsession, Karyn White.
Yeah, man. She was, listen, I had the pictures of her and Bobby on my wall, and her all over my wall. And I'm like, man, that's a fine piece of caramel right there. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I love this woman. What it was it was 2016 in London at Heathrow Airport. That's where I met Karyn White.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to Ghana. She was going to South Africa, and they always have a switch planes in
Yeah.
in Heathrow, right? We were in Newark Airport, and I said to my friend, I said, Sando, man, I said, yeah, got some Karens on the way to South Africa. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if we met her up, or linked up at Heathrow Airport? I just said it. I didn't know I was really going to do this, right? So we get on that bus, go around to the other side. We going through, putting our stuff back into the little things and going through the checkpoints and everything. Put my stuff through the machines, coming out the other side. And I turn around and I'm like, Karyn? And she's like, Troy. And I'm like, oh my God.
How did she know who you were?
Man, I guess she saw the stuff like on, on social media and stuff like that,
Oh.
She was well aware of who I was. We just never met, She was well aware of who I was for years. We just never met,
Okay. Wow.
And it was at Heathrow Airport, October 2016. Time was 4 p.m. No, I'm joking.
But you guys struck a friendship from that.
And that's where it started, and it ain't never gonna stop.
My goodness. So I mean,
but yeah, that's where it happened, man. And yep.
To a legend here, and I'm telling you, for him to come here all the way from New York to support me, it means a lot, because I tell him all the time in Hollywood, you don't have these kind of friendships.
People are fake.
Right, people are fake. So when they say like, yeah, I'm coming, you're like, don't hold your breath. So I'm so, the fact that they're here supporting me, that's what's up. That's what's up. And I love them.
Did you take a picture of this with your camera?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Please, Hey, I'm in the Howard. My granddaughter was there.
Oh.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.